drivers match up on the course. We're going to go no numbers. I just want to see what happens with them hitting them on the course. We've done the numbers. If you want to check that out, I'll put links maybe kind of up here. You can check out the full reviews of both of these clubs. Let's just compare these. Epic Sub Zero. Yeah, Flash Sub Zero. And then the Mizuno ST190G. On the course, real test. How far do they go? Go on then, Dan, you hit 2 tee shots to start us off. You're going to go with the Epic Sub Flash. You've used the Epic Flash and quite a fan of it, aren't you?
Well, no, it was actually the other one, the older one.
Oh, it wasn't the Flash.
So I'm not a massive fan of this one purely because of the noise.
Okay, so it's a bit loud.
It's just a bit tinny.
Okay.
For my my ears and my little life.
But for all intents and purposes, it looks the same and feels the same, doesn't it? As in not feels, as in looks the same. Which then
looks-wise, it's beautiful. Yeah. Love that carbon top.
Yeah. Right, this is literally how you feel it performs, and then which one gets down there with bounces and has the real on-course performance. That's a really good hit, left side, but a good hit, I think.
Yeah, slightly higher on the face.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
But not a lot of spin on that. That's
that was a proper bomber, and that's the beauty with Sub Zero. It's the lower spinning. We have got the Mizuno set up the same way.
Yeah.
So do you want to hit one with the Mizuno 2? So looks of the Mizuno.
Just like it's almost the same. Like there's so much similarities with the Callaway to this one. You've got this carbon kind of top again, the blend of the black.
Yeah.
And then the lipstick that goes around the back.
Yeah, I mean, about to say,
shape-wise, it's very, very similar.
Yeah. I'd say that's louder. That's an identical shot. That's hilarious.
Same.
They are going to be on top of each other unless one is bombing. That's amazing.
I think that one's gone a bit further in the air, but that actually sounded almost slightly tinnier. I don't know what it sounded back there, but did it? Yeah.
Yeah, to me it did. Yeah, looks of both are very similar. We just got some other people teeing up here. If anything, it's slightly more stretched back on the Mizuno. Slightly more stretched back.
Seeing that on that.
But the graphics are very, very similar. Apart from the Callaway, you get this little extra kind of face line, which I quite like.
I noticed this with the 3-woods. I was doing something with the 3-woods in the
more
day.
in the deep toe, isn't there?
Well, no, it's the black finish here compared to a more shinier, like more grey finish.
Yeah, I do quite like the slight contrast in the Callaway.
I do.
Right, Sub Zero, eh? A bit cotton for me. I tend to find the subs, the lower Zero ones. Oh, but that's good.
Yeah.
And there's that
nice little shape, left to right, working its way back, and that's on its way towards the green.
Look at that bounce. Oh my god, it's hot. That's a lucky wave, isn't it?
Where did you strike it? How did it feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Middle.
I mean, you've gamed the old one, so does it feel very much the same?
Yeah, it does. It's just a good driver. Yeah. They just make good drivers. This is now a 26 ball.
So when this driver came out, a lot of hype, wasn't there? Yeah. Like, did you hear? Like, I saw a lot on social media with this driver. Lots of people getting very excited and just
Mizuno in the black as well. That
Mizuno
was quite different for them because obviously they've had the blue. I actually prefer the blue. I think it's more of a Mizuno statement.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like the look of it. They're identical as well.
Again, the same shot. Little movement to the left to right. Maybe just finishing just right of the sub, but I don't think they're going to be far away from each other.
They are going to be close. Right, we're going to drive down and see where these finished. Let's just talk a little bit about the tech of these two clubs to show you what's going on with all of them. So difference in tech, we've got Epic Flash Sub. This one's got one sliding weight.
Yeah, one sliding rail and then obviously a weight forward as well.
So you've got preset weight forward and then you can move this heel and toe compared to the Mizuno where you do have more options in effect, so you can whack them forward or whack it back.
Yeah.
And you can set it into draws or fade, so you can imagine you could go this way, this way.
Twist them around.
So in effect more options if you like. What's the neck doing on this one and this one? So Mizuno neck.
So we've got standard loft.
Yeah.
Then we can go down 1-2 degrees. We can go 1 degree upright. 3 degrees upright, 1 degree up again, so moving that depending on the loft as well, so we can go upright and lower loft, and we can go upright with more loft. We can go 1-2 degrees higher in loft as well. So for this particular one, we can move it up from, obviously go down to 7 degrees.
Right.
And we can move it up. We can move it up to 11 degrees.
Callaway neck, obviously it's got the changeable sleeve on this one.
Yeah, 1 degree up again, so moving that depending on the loft as well, so we can go upright and lower loft, and we can go upright with more loft. We can go 1-2 degrees higher in loft as well. So neutral setting drawer. So standard is creating the standard loft stamped on the club head, whereas neutral setting is just keeping that club as flat as standard position, and then you've got the draw position, which will start to bring that toe up a little bit.
Both have carbon tops.
Both very similar.
Trying to make them light on top.
Yeah, very, very similar.
We've got the artificial intelligence face on this one, so designed by a computer to maximise ball speeds across different parts by basically variable face thickness.
Yeah, SP700 Cortex face on this particular.
They're also playing with the face to try and maximise speed as well. We also got the wave technology.
Yeah.
On the Mizuno, and then we got the jailbreak technology that we've seen for a long time in the Callaway, 2 bars connecting top to bottom to try and stabilise, keep ball speeds up. So both trying to give you adjustability, both trying to give you as much stability as well off the face for mishits and what have you. Let's get back out on the course. Right, both clubs full of tech, and there's adjustability for people who want to adjust. Which one's which are Dan's? Let's have a look. What have you got here? You've got.
So we've got this is the Callaway.
That's the Callaway.
And then Mizuno, a couple of paces back from it.
And obviously catching the rough.
Just caught the rough, so you'd think it would have been about the same by the time it ended.
Hard to say that they're different, but the Callaway wins it if you're going to do that kind of idea. But please don't. There's no winner here.
The thing with it is both those shots were hit almost in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
They felt the same. They launched the same. They did everything
in your eye.
In my eye mind,
exactly the same. And if we come over to mine, so you've got the yellow was the sub, and then here is the Mizuno. So again, for me, the sub has just popped it. What would you say was the difference between these two drives? Because they felt very similar to me. This one was slightly more right. What happened to the Callaway, which was noticeable?
It bounced
high, didn't it?
Just doing up it went. Just landed on it.
So
yeah, really hard patch.
Definitely the Callaway has won. I think on a launch monitor you would have seen the same numbers.
Very similar.
And then really we're coming down to, and this is what always amazes me when people pick winners. You know, top 5 this and the best driver of this year, and you know, even some people say, oh, this driver's like 6 yards further than the other. The bounce has made that one go further. Like 6 yards is not further. It's just not. Unless every shot is 6 yards further. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you hit 2 heels and that one goes 6 yards further. 2 toes, that one goes 6 yards further. 2 middles, that one goes 6 yards. But you've seen me test now and you've been involved with it for ages. It just doesn't work like that, does it? Unfortunately, some people try to say it does. It does, but there's no winners here. They're just both good drivers. But at the moment, we'll do the next. Can the Mizuno get past the Callaway? Maybe it's all on the bounce. Right, 2 of each. 2 Callaways, 2 Mizunos. This is a reachable par 4. Who can get the green now? So it's accuracy and direction. Oh, that's a nice drawer.
Again, high on the face.
Oh, so it's slightly dippy actually, wasn't it? Was it a bit toey?
Low and spin.
And that's the trouble with a sub, isn't it, for us?
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Oh, sorry, that isn't the sub.
No, that was like starting with the Mizuno on that.
Still set up in its low spin option. How'd you hit that one?
Yeah, I hit that a lot better. That was a little bit lower in the face than what I got the first one. The first one was a bit high, a bit dippy. That one just held its flight a lot longer there for me. Just got it nice high toe.
Lovely. Right, one more with the Callaway. It'd be interesting. You feel like there's going to be one getting up further than the other at the minute?
No, I think possibly that. No, not from what I can see on those 2 flights.
Nice shot, little drawy.
I mean, from my eyes, I can see they're all landing in roughly the same spot, and we'll see when we get up there, but they all look like they landed in the same spot anyway.
So I'm going to go yellow ball Callaway.
Yellow ball Callaway.
White ball
Mizuno.
Mizuno. Not much of a preference in looks. I think the Callaway, because I've gamed it, I think the Mizuno will look more friendly.
Yeah, with that longer back on it, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, just stretch back a little bit. That's pretty good hit. Not all of it, but I'll take it. It's going to be in those bunkers. Can't see that flying all the way. Makes a nice sound for me, this one.
Acoustics wise, are you finding that one's louder than the other, or not really?
Let's try. So when I was stood behind you, the Mizuno definitely sounded louder. That not bad, just leaked it a bit, unfortunately. Interesting how far up. This is a bit louder.
Yeah, you're sounding. I didn't hear much difference there, but
to me that was a little louder.
Yeah.
Back to the Callaway. Hit that good as well. These are like on top of each other, surely.
Well,
that's up.
That's up.
Got a big bounce again. Callaways are built in with massive bounces, obviously.
Matt will tell you that as well.
Did you see that bounce?
That doing.
I'm obviously I've got the Callaway porpoise out there in front of me.
That'll be up by the flag, that one.
Yeah, that got a lovely bounce. Oh, now identical. That's
So
like
I'm now hearing that is slightly louder.
Oh, I almost got up as well, hit the bank and then came back. Yeah, this is slightly loud. Let's go and see where all that is. At the end of that, I said let's go and see where all that. Also, I said something that wasn't a sentence, just if anyone was what. Yeah, it was quite funny.
Didn't even hear that.
Yeah. I think you're used to me saying non-sentences. So here we go, we're driving up. It's live as we film. You can see where everything will go. So I can see one of my yellows. No, two whites there at the start.
So those are definitely my
three whites.
Yeah.
There we go, look at the collection. Amazing. So my Mizuno is over here. Here's a white Mizuno. So I'm going to gather this one and then walk over and see you, Dan. You gather those. So this is the Mizuno. Slight push, simple little chip onto the green. And you can see where it's level with. So it's here and it's level with Dan. Now can you stand next to those balls, Dan?
These two?
The ones in the bunker.
There's a yellow one in here.
So look, we're literally identical. And then walking over to Dan. So what have we got back there?
So those are my two.
Your two what?
Mizunos.
Two Mizunos.
Two Mizunos. And then these are both my Callaways in here.
Okay.
Literally next to each other. Two next to each other, two next to each other.
One of those is my Mizuno as well though, is it? No.
This is one of your Callaways. So
oh yeah, we'll get it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
here, look.
Callaway and Mizuno. Your Callaways both time gone a little bit further, arguably struck a little better or identical?
Certainly, I think one of the Mizunos was struck not as good than the other three. I think the other three were struck all the same.
So again, for you, Callaway a little bit more. It is a sub. And then here's my Mizuno.
Yeah, Mizuno there.
And then here's the Callaway that did catch the big bounce. It basically must have bounced on the downslope of that bunker, I reckon.
Shot forward.
And then it hit this slope and got up. And you can see this one was almost doing the same. It landed pretty much the same spot and then it's just landed and rolled into the bunker. You had to choose one, which one would you choose? Yeah. If you had to choose one on pure distance, which one would you choose?
I don't think there's going to be much in it from that.
Okay, well I would pick that one for you because definitely on those occasions it was sneaking a few more yards out. Why give them away? But I agree with you, there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
If you had to choose on looks alone, what are you choosing?
Looks alone, sub. I love that silver finish over the black finish on the face.
Yeah.
And it's purely that, nothing else, because they look almost identical.
If I had to choose, I'll choose the flash, but not in the sub, because that's a separate point which we've not made. Obviously, it is that little bit lower spinning. It does give me my max, but it also drops me off. So I would choose the flash, which looks exactly like this, just not in the sub.
Yeah.
If I was choosing, looks alone, I would go with that. Distance-wise, the same. I would worry about the drop off of the spin, which is what I want people to think about when they're thinking about subs.
Yeah.
What I don't want people doing as well, which is the best misconception anyone gets with low spinning drivers, if you're a 4,000 rev spinner with a driver, getting a sub, yes, it might knock your spin down, but if you're a 4,000 spinner of a driver, there's other issues in there. It's just knocking the spin down. You're still gonna lack in MOI. You've obviously got issues with delivery.
Yeah.
It's such a, I think that's such a misconception that's seen out there. They're just so close. It doesn't matter if we do it 262 indoors with the numbers, it doesn't matter if we come out here. The noticeable difference out of all of them when we're out here on the course, even though I reckon this one was pushing on those few yards, is the two ones for me that went that bit further. They bounced like comedy bounces, proper summer, like boing, like that kind of dream bounce that you want. Yeah, not much in them. Post comments down below, which one would you go for and why? Have you ever tested any of your drivers on the course, or are you stuck to indoors, into nets and those kind of things? That's not a problem. That is a way of purchasing. Just make sure you hit gaming shots, hit a hard one, hit a soft one, hit a cut, hit a draw if you play that kind of way. Try one where you can't hit right. Imagine the wind off the left, so put some imaginary target up right. Don't just whack them as hard as you can into a net. That's not how you test drivers.